Morning, everyone. This is my watch list for Tuesday, June 2nd. All right, so these are my levels on SPY. 758, we actually broke above yesterday, tapped into 760 and failed, and now we're gapping down a bit here in the pre-market, down 0.22%. There is some weakness starting to show up in the market, so I do like shorts if we get below 755 today. This is where we bounced yesterday. This is where we bounced on Friday. If we get below 755, I have room into 752. And if we get below 752, I have room into 748. Okay, so that's what I'm watching on SPY. If for whatever reason we turn strong, reclaim 758, break 760, then potentially we get another squeeze into like 762, 763. Okay, QQQ, pretty flat open here, down 0.08%. It's opening right into my 742 level. I don't like anything on the Qs unless we get below 736. If we get below 736, we can short this down into 731. Right, we have a $5 potential move there, but I don't want to trade this within this range at all. Within yesterday's range, I don't like this at all. Okay, and I wouldn't even take this to the upside if we break this yesterday's high. There's no levels. I don't know where this can go from here. I mean, we can look at the gamma chart, but I just don't see anything. High conviction at this point. It's just got to start flipping, and sellers can step in. Then we can have a nice trend to the downside. Okay, it's just so overextended. We need that trend flip to come soon. Below 736, 731. Below 731, we can see 725. Okay. Apple was one of the weaker names yesterday. It actually broke down below that 309 area, 308 area I was talking about yesterday. However, it's gapping down into demand. Okay, so 303 is big. Can watch to see how we react off of 303. If we hold it, can look for longs there. If we flush through it, then this turns into a short all the way back down into 300 and then 295. AMD is gapping down a little bit, but it did have a strong bounce yesterday. I don't really like anything on this chart unless we either get down to that 470 or if we take out this 486 level from yesterday, then you could short down into 470. Okay. Amazon's gapping down into demand here. 256 is big. Okay, you see this level from back here, right here. This big bounce from Tuesday, May 19th. It's gapping down into demand. I would not be a short into this level, right? 256, 255, whatever this low was from Tuesday, May 19th, 255, yeah. I would not be shorting into that level. If anything, you could watch for it to hold and reclaim for longs. Meta, look at this. Meta is crazy. It was in this range. We had talked about this range. It broke out of 624. It then bounced off of 624, showed signs that it was going to hold. And then yesterday, a complete reversal, lost 5% on the session. And now we're all the way back down to the bottom of the range. Okay. So if Meta breaks this 595, then this can sell all the way down into 580. Right. That's something to watch today. Microsoft, I actually do like this long at 433. This was a really strong breakout, similar to Meta, but Microsoft has yet to test that, the retest of the range, right? So if we get down to this 433, I like a bounce on Microsoft today. I'll be watching that. Netflix is back below 86.50. This is a weak chart. As long as we're below 86.50, if we reclaim, then it turns into a long. But actually, if we lose 85 now at this point, I don't really have anything. This could continue selling. This could continue selling all the way into low 80s or even back into the 70s. Okay, so we can watch Netflix below 85 or see if it can reclaim this 86.50, 87 area. Nvidia with the little gap up here. This is the trade we took yesterday, right? We took this. I said I only like Nvidia long if we reclaim 218, and 218 reclaimed, and we ripped and rallied the entire session. I wish I could have gotten one more entry on this because this wound up being the best trending stock of the day. Now the thing is with Nvidia, let's see, is this move sustainable? Because this looks like a really nice. If you were to ask me, this looks like a trending head and shoulder, where you would put the left shoulder here, right shoulder there, right? That's what this chart looks like to me. Now, of course, if we break all-time highs, we break this high from pre-market 235, then that invalidates this idea. But if for whatever reason we start selling today, we give back yesterday's move, then this head and shoulder idea would actually be validated, and this could sell all the way, you know, if we break this low from here, 210, then this can sell all the way back into the 190s. Okay, so let's see what happens. I mean, I think the market's starting to flip. It looked pretty weak yesterday, but what can we watch on Nvidia? I mean, let's see. Yesterday's high was 225, right? Yesterday's high was 225. You can watch for either a hold of 225, or if the entire market flips, let's say SPY, QQQ, everything flips, then you could look for a failure of that 225, failure of yesterday high to go short, okay? Let's see what happens. This is either going to be a massive head and shoulder, or it's going to invalidate it by closing strong today and ripping into new all-time highs. I'm leaning towards the head and shoulder, but let's see what happens, okay? And then Tesla failed this big supply up here. You know, we talked about this 450 area for a long time. It just didn't have the juice to get there. And now it's back into demand at 412. Remember this 408 level we took long back here from Wednesday, May 20th. We took Tesla longs over 408. So it's back into an area. This is kind of in a wham-wham. You know, I wouldn't long or short here. You just have to wait and see what happens with Tesla, okay? So that's my watch for today. I'm very curious to see if the market can actually flip. I see signs of weakness, right? SPY and Qs look like they're starting to top out here. But in order for us to actually start selling, we have to lose demand levels. We can't just keep bouncing like we did Friday and yesterday. We have to lose. If we lose 755 with momentum, then we can start shorting intraday, okay? All right, so happy Tuesday. See you guys.